Số báo danh 47 Trần Minh Sơn. Xin lỗi. Số báo danh 49 Trần Phương Anh. Xin lỗi ạ. Số báo danh 47 Trần Minh Sơn, trường Trung học phổ thông Nguyễn Huệ. Và số báo danh 48 Trần Nguyệt Anh, trường Trung học phổ thông Kim Sơn A, với chủ đề số 1.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, it's my honor to be here today. My name is Trần Nguyệt Anh, and I'm currently studying at class 11B1 at Kim Sơn A High School.
And I'm Chinh Minh. I'm currently studying at Nguyễn Huệ High School at class 11D.
Today, we are going to talk about our topic. Some think that extracurricular activities such as sports and music should be compulsory in schools, while others believe they should be optional. Now, I'm going to give Minh-Sơn the first turn.
In my opinion, I think that extracurricular activities such as sports and music, or more specifically arts, should be compulsory in schools. I think that brings students a lot of benefits. Firstly, by making these activities become compulsory, they will have time to relax after their intense studies. After their studies, students will have time to engage in activities. For example, in sports, they will engage in sports like football or badminton, so that they can relax, and they can also build relationship while playing the games. Secondly, I think that by adding these activities, we can also help reduce disease and health issues among students. Those such as fitness issues like obesity and diabetes will be reduced because students now will have more time to keep themselves fit and stay healthier. Moreover, they will have the better understanding of arts, specifically about old and valuable arts. Like for example, they will have the understanding of the Mona Lisa by Da Vinci. Yes. And finally, they will boost the students' school achievements. By attending these activities, students will have more time to relax, thus will make them be more ready to engage or to study, which will help to increase the overall achievements of themselves and also to increase their achievements in competition like these. Okay, so now I will pass to Nguyễn Anh for her opinion.
Well, I do agree with my partner that extracurricular activities like sports and music do wonders for our physical and mental health. Those plays as a source of entertainment that can boost our academic grades. However, I still believe that this should be optional and students should have the freedom to choose what to learn based on their needs and their demands. First of all, not everyone is good at sports and music and has the demand to learn it. For example, one of my classmates, she has a heart disease and she can really never take part in any PE classes because she is very fragile and it will be like serious if her illness takes place. Besides, instead of it, they can join the other academic subjects or the projects that they want to contribute in order to prepare for the career in the future. Like, you can force a student who are going to be an engineer to study music, right? Besides, last but not least, Because these extracurricular activities are optional, students can study other life skills based on their demands, like cooking, first aid, or even chess to sharpen their mind as well as prepare for the experience in the future. Like if they go to the university, they will have to live alone and have to live by themselves, prepare for themselves. And one of my another part is that schools are not the best place that can provide the professional equipment as well as the continuous training, because sports and music needs the equipment that's specialized for them. And therefore, instead of joining the schools, they can choose to learn in many like this. The IELTS, like the IELTS Institute or many sports institute in the future. And bringing our perspectives together, sports and music are very important, but they shouldn't be compulsory in schools. And students should have the freedom to choose what they want based on their needs. Therefore, boost their overall comprehensively develops their physical and mental health. And that's all about our topic. Thank you for listening.
Number 48. Do you have music in your school?
No. Unfortunately, at my school, Chinh High School, we don't have a compulsory subject like music.
And how about sports?
We do have PE classes.
What are the sports that are taught in your school?
Well, in our schools, students would have the freedom to choose what sports they want to learn in each of their year in the high school age. For example, I myself is studying basketball in my grade 11, while I choose to learn badminton in my grade 10.
So those students who are not physically fit, if they don't want to join sports, which is actually they are exempted, right? There's always exemption to the rules. What do they do?
Well, they can choose to rest in the medical room if they are unwell. It's like a surprise in the day, or they can choose to learn in the library.
So physical education is not compulsory in your school?
Yes, but they are only have the boundaries in the library or the medical room with the teacher's permission.
So do you need to provide medical certificate that you are unfit to join the physical education?
Yeah. For example, one of my classmates, she has heart disease and also have like blood disease too. That makes her hair is very white, and she have to rest in the medical room like most of the time if she has to work out too much.
So if you don't have music classes in your school, where do you learn your traditional, cultural, and national songs, like the national anthem of Vietnam, cultural songs of Vietnam, traditional songs of Vietnam? Where do you learn them?
Well, for myself, I often choose to hear about it on the TV, like on Vietnamese television national. And however, we still have to sing our national anthem on every Monday. Like,
So how do your school teach you the song?
well, we just learn it by heart since primary years.
Okay, so no subject teach music.
Yeah, we do have compulsory subjects in the primary school and secondary school, but not compulsory in the high school.
Okay, so, Dabjai, you said that extracurricular activities such as sports and music should be compulsory in schools, right?
Yes.
But you did not mention about music. You only mentioned about sports and other activities. Do you hate music?
No, actually I don't hate music. And secondly, I do mention music, but I put it specifically in arts.
Ah, musical arts.
Yeah.
Okay, can you sing?
Not fine, my voice is kind of bad.
So do you have music in your school?
Yes, we do have music in school, but we usually not apply to join.
It's not optional for you, right?
No, it's
No,
optional.
it's optional, not compulsory.
Yes,
So why do you choose to be compulsory?
I think that making these extracurricular activities compulsory will make students, firstly, they will have like I say, they will have more time to relax. But this is the thing that we need to change in our education systems for the future, because we need to add more time to these extracurricular activities.
So sports in your school are compulsory, but the kind of sport is still optional, right?
Yes, we can choose different kind of sports, but it is optional for us.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so I would like to ask number 47. Okay, if your school or if you think that the extracurricular activities are compulsory or mandatory in your school, does it have a positive effect or a negative effect among students?
I think mostly for my schools, I think it has a pretty positive change. Firstly, in this year, we have implemented the extracurricular activities into our education system, and I think that it brings us a lot of benefits. For me, being a not very social person, I have made a lot of friends during the times when I play sports in those hours. And I think also many persons will agree to me that these extracurricular activities will bring more benefits than just relationship between me and other person.
So it brings positive effects.
Yes.
Okay. So for 48, okay, what are your opinions in making extracurricular activities optional in your school?
Well, as I mentioned before, music and sports are important, but some students don't have the ability as well as the demand to learn it. Like, you can force an engineer in the future that have to learn music. Like, they would have to need it in their future.
So is extracurricular activities not part of the grading system in your school?
No, we still have to choose at least one sport that we have to take part in our life.
So there is a grade.
Yeah.
How about the other who did not choose the extracurricular activities so that they don't have grades on it?
Well, we only have the tiers, like whether we are passed or not passed.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Miss, do you have other questions?
In prediction, you are exceeding the time, so that's why we have comments. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.